Down here in good old Justice City, we have a saying, ain't no good thing getting done without a good name. And then pretty often that name was created by a good man. But also sometimes a good woman. And well, I can see that saying is pretty long, and, well, most people who ain't from Justice City ain't got no idea what it means. We still think it's pretty good. Anyway, getting back to my point, I guess I should probably explain the saying. You see, good ideas don't just grow on pear trees. Are you stupid? In fact, well, pears do, I reckon. But the point is, when you're looking down the barrel of a good idea, you can be sure it was formed in the head of a good human being, and even more so, you can bet he didn't go off half-cocked. He was driven to that there good idea. In my opinion, that's the only way a good man, or a woman, can make good money. Anyway, here in Justice City, we've recently been trying to compile all of our good people and all their damn good ideas, because, let's be honest, between the mob and that news station they got there in their back pockets, vampire salesmen, corrupt cops, and con artists running around like children's musicians, well, Justice City is chock full of some of the best ideas in the world, and some of them even make money. But to get this little series of commemoration going, we decided to focus on one man who's really responsible for a lot of people being able to make money all down through the years. Who is he, you say? Well, he's Billboard. And in case you couldn't guess, he invented the billboard. And I ain't talking about that there magazine about all the music. I bet you didn't know the billboard came from good old Justice City, did you? That's right. That first board on the side of the road with a bill on it, or an advertisement, whatever you call it, constructed right here in our good old town back in the 1970s. Well, let's take a look at the story. How it all began. We'll start back in a little classroom in 1965 right here in Justice City. In fact, Justice City Middle School. Here's that story.
Hey, Billy Boredom, how's your fat ass these days? Making straight A's, I bet.
I make straight A's because I study hard, Jeremy. Maybe if you'd spend as much time studying as you do harassing me, you'd feel better about yourself.
Ooh, you piece of shit. How dare you talk back to me? Besides, we all know you're extra smart because you got extra brain stuffed inside of all that extra fat on your extra fat ass.
God, Jeremy, why you gotta talk about my ass like that? You know I'm self-conscious. I got bad genes, Jeremy. Haven't you seen my mom?
Actually, now that I think about it, that's a good point. Your mom's got a big butt, too. Did she make straight A's bored Billy? Is she some kind of smart person, too?
Real smart comeback, Jeremy. I guess that's to be expected when your mom is just that f***ing stupid. Me and my parents might be the big butt family, but at least we got the money coming in. Where do you live, Jeremy? The crack trailer park on the corner of 5th and Crack Avenue?
How dare you give away my address, fatty fat bored Billy boy! You son of a bitch! I'll get you. Oh, yes, I'll get you.
Well, don't take too long to figure out how, Jeremy. I might just use that time to lose some weight in my fat ass. Then, what would all of that time been spent on? Nothing. See you around, Jeremiah.
How did you know my real name?
I didn't, but now I do. F*** you, Jeremiah. Me and my smart ass will see you later.
I'll get you, you fat piece of shit, if it's the last thing I do.
Yep, that's good old Billboard there, known then as Billy. But I tell you what, it only took one bully to push him straight into Justice City history, as it so often happens. You know, sometimes I wish I had been bullied like that myself. Maybe I'd be richer than I am now. But who knew a fat ass would make someone a millionaire? Kind of makes you wonder about the whole Slim Fast marketing strategy, you know? I bet they got a billboard. Maybe it should be called Fat Ass. But I digress. It wasn't long after that little interaction in the hall that old Billy was struck with lightning. Not physically, of course, he's still alive, but more theoretically. Yep, it only took a little more bullying before Billy figured out just how to solidify himself for the foreseeable future.
What's going on? Why is everyone standing outside of the school?
Because, haven't you heard? Someone posted pictures all over the school of two of the PTA parents' asses, and their kids' ass too. Real high-quality photos. Huge asses. Some people think it was... Oh, Billy! Listen, I'm sorry, but there's only one ass around this school that's, well, you know, that big. I'm pretty sure the pictures are of you and your parents' asses. The principal is very upset. Whoever did this is going to be in huge trouble.
Come on, man. Don't you know who this was?
Who, Billy?
Don't be so naive. It was that faggot Jeremy. He got all pissed off yesterday when I made fun of how stupid he was. Called me a fat ass. I guess he thinks this will upset me.
Sorry, Billy. We all think you're great, even though you have a big ass.
Thanks, man. I'll see you in class.
Come on in, Billy. I figured you'd make your way here this morning. Bill, you got any idea who posted pictures of you and your parents' asses all over my school?
What? You think I did this?
What? No. Why would you ask that?
Because you asked as if you thought I had something to do with this.
No, of course not, Billy. You're a great student. We all like you. I just thought maybe you'd know someone who may have had a motive. You been in any fights lately?
Well, Principal Fallon, it just so happens that I know exactly who did this.
Oh? And who would that be?
Jeremy Allgood Mr. Fallon. He's been making fun of me lately because I won't let his dumbass copy off me during tests. He's been going around calling me a fat ass and yelling at me in the halls.
If only we could go back to the days when the worst thing in school was chewing gum. All right, Bill, why don't you head home for the day? We'll get all the pictures taken down, and then tomorrow, when you get back, hopefully we can all move on.
Yeah, that sounds good, Principal Fallon. Thanks.
No problem, Bill. You're a valued student. However, I wanted to tell you one positive that may have come from all of this.
What's that, Principal Fallon?
Well, with the pictures being all over the school, there's been a lot of talk around the faculty about how a lot of the kids have been asking how someone's ass could, get to be so big.
What?
Look, we're not trying to offend you any further, but the fact remains you got a big ass, and we have to take every possible opportunity to educate the kids about how to live a healthy lifestyle. So, just so that you're aware, we're bringing in a dietitian to talk to the students in an assembly about eating right and having the proper regimen of exercise in your daily life.
All of that from a picture of my ass?
Not just your ass, Billy. The asses of your entire family. It really made a big impact.
Thanks, Principal Fallon. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, Billy. Have a nice day. We'll see you all earlier tomorrow.
Oh, like I said, it wasn't long before lightning struck old Billy Board. In fact, right after that little interchange there with the principal, Billy got one hell of an idea. Mainly motivated by his desire to get back at Jeremy, but who cares what the motivation was? In the next 48 hours, there would be the first incarnation of the billboard facing the streets of Justice City, just across from the middle school. And while it may have created something of a lawsuit, we like to forget about that part and just say it was pretty impressive. Wouldn't you say?
What the hell is that?
Well, it seems like someone took offense to your pictures all over the school.
How did you know they were my pictures?
Haha, I didn't, dumbass. But now I do. Haha, you deserve what you get, Jeremy, you piece of shit.
Are you telling me that this was billboard?
Yeah, I am. Haha, pretty fitting picture, isn't it? I'm not sure when he caught you sleeping in class, but if I was to make a prediction, I'd say there'd be a good number of people calling the hotline today.
But it's a picture of me, and it's an advertisement for 1-800-STUPID-PEOPLE. Is that even a real number?
I called it this morning. Bill answered and gave me a spiel about making sure not to be stupid. Pretty funny, actually.
Billboard!
You know, I think I'll call Billy back. Billboard! Billboard is a pretty good name for this. He said lots of people have called that hotline. I bet he could make some serious money off of this concept.
What concept? Making fun of me?
No, dumbass. You are dumb. Companies can put up a funny picture like that with their phone numbers and can sell their products. It's brilliant. Good thing he's got all those brains in his ass. Jeremy? Ha ha. He's about to be a rich bitch. Ha ha ha.
No!
Hello, and thank you for calling Bill at the Billboard Advertisement Agency, Justice City. How can I help you today?
Yep, that's good old Billboard. Today, he's 71 years old and living in the largest mansion inside of the Justice City Rich People Retirement Community. That's literally what it's called. Being worth somewhere in the ballpark of $50 million, you can be sure that he made his final point. Coming all the way from a photo of a sleeping douche with the caption 1-800-STUPID-PEOPLE. For those who are tired of being stupid, to being the owner of the largest chain of billboard roadside advertisements this side of the Mississippi. Hell, he even still lends his voice to the automated answering service when you call in to rent one of those often copied but never duplicated signs. He may just be one of the most successful marketers in recent history. But one thing is for sure. He is the most successful citizen of Justice City. And that's not even sad. We proudly maintain no less than 300 billboards all around the city. And in case you were wondering, good old Jeremy is 71 years old as well, unretired, maintenance manager for the Billboard Company. He may have bullied Billy at a young age, but to this day, well, he's cleaning up Billy's shit. Well, I guess that's it for the first installment of Real Justice City Heroes, and just remember, big ass or no, you can always make a big ass impact on a dumbass city. Good night, everybody. Live from the AOK production house in studio number 2, I'm Nick O'Kelly.
And I'm Derek Casey.
And we're just doing some world building here in Justice City.
That's right.
That turned out so much better than when I wrote it. I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah. I didn't know either.
But you came through with that voice. That Roger Klotz voice is so great.
Yeah! And then I had to erase.
It sounds like a Doug episode that we're kind of making fun of or something.
Billboard! Yeah, that was...
It's so funny. And I mean, I don't even know why. Like, I think that's the character I feel the worst for. Because, like, everyone, even the stupid kids making fun of him, you know? And
hey, you gotta really watch that.
Yeah. And then, Billboard, he's just a very plain guy.
Yeah, it's not even his idea.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah. 71 years old, living in the rich people retirement community.
That's literally what it's called. Yes, lots of world building.
Yeah, so I had fun with that one because the voices were perfect. So.
And this week's my turn to write a skit, so I gotta write something good. Crap. I gotta think of something.
Oh man, I tell you what, I had a heck of a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you impregnated 3 women at the same time.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
No.
To those who know Nick and are listening, you can donate money to the Human Fund.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
No, so I finally got a truck. I have been wanting a truck for a while.
You've been saying it for a while.
I have, and it was time. The car was about to need serious repairs, and I've got my mechanic that I go to for it, and he had told me the last time I went I had to get the car started violently shaking. I don't remember if I mentioned that on the show a month or so ago.
Yeah.
That was one of 6 ignition coils that he had to replace.
Nice.
And he told me when I called him to tell him that I got the truck, he said, well,
I didn't want to charge you for the rest of them, but it was going to need it pretty soon, and there was a few other things going wrong, so it was time.
Yeah.
So we did get a little bit of money for it. I'm sure they'll sell it for parts. Ashley was sad because that was actually her first car. She's had it for 16 years.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
Yeah. But it was, it served well. But anyway.
I mean, Nick hasn't been picking up chicks in that car in 3 or 4 years now. But yeah.
But I got a super deal. I got a GMC. I've completely fell in love with it. I thought I was going to get a Ford. I have fallen in love with this GMC Sierra. I love it. Yeah, it sits up nice and high. It's big and bulky. Wow. But after I got it, I had the wildest experience, and I got a survey from the place, and I haven't done it yet.
I look forward to this.
I'm going to call them out. It's McElveen Ford, or McElveen GMC in Somerville. They have the big Truckville sign on the side of the interstate.
Oh yeah.
That's where I went.
Okay.
Because it's 3 miles from here.
Yeah.
Very very close.
It's right there. Yeah.
So here's what happened. I bought the. I'm sorry to jump right into it.
No, do it.
Yeah. So
Slut.
I got a great deal on the truck.
Yep.
Which is why I went ahead and got it, because I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if I can find a truck. I thought I was going to find an older truck for just maybe a little less.
Yeah.
This is a 3-year-old truck with 50,000 miles. I mean, 4-wheel drive, too. So anyway, I got it, though, from the Chrysler dealership in Somerville. And they were great. It was really easy. Yeah. Actually, I thought Ashley was going to have to be there because it was her car we were trading in.
Under her title.
She did have to sign the title, but because of that, I went on my lunch break to try to get some of it done, to see if I could at least negotiate or do some talking or whatever, and I was done in an hour.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I mean, I made it back to work on time.
Yeah, wow.
They just said, just come back with her this afternoon with the title, and she can sign it, and we're good.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
It's really easy to buy a car nowadays.
Yeah, it was fast.
They want to before this economy just falls to hell.
Yeah, and granted, it was used, so, there really wasn't it has a lifetime powertrain warranty with it, so they'll replace...
What's a lifetime?
The life of the truck.
Which is how long to them? 2 years? 3 years?
No, this is until the truck dies. I read the papers.
Okay.
It's a $200 deposit, but if the engine, the axles, the drive shaft, the transmission, go bad, they'll replace it.
Okay, so we're going to put 350,000 miles on
that
truck. Let's do it.
Anyway, it was a really good deal, but it was the Chrysler dealership. Well, I got the Carfax. I actually paid for the Carfax. Huh? I know they'll give them to you, but I was like, there has to be something wrong with this truck,
Yeah.
There's not. I can't find anything. I even took it, like I said, I had my grandpa come look at it. Yeah. I took it to my mechanic. They're like, we can't find anything wrong with this truck. I don't know why it's so cheap.
Yeah.
And they're called Hoover the Mover. So I guess they really wanted to move it.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess so.
But anyway, because of the situation surrounding it, I thought, let me just pay for it. It was like $40, but, I was like, I'm going to get them.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
And it was owned by one guy who was living in Columbia. He had regular maintenance, regular service, the 10, 20,000 mile service, all done on time. His last oil change was done here, and I wonder if maybe he commuted from Columbia or maybe he moved here. I don't know.
That's how you get 50,000 miles.
Exactly. Yeah. So that explains that, because that's a little more than average for 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Charleston area, but still, that's like 18,000 a year or so.
It's on the high end. Yeah.
But still, but that explains it.
Yeah.
But everything completely normal. The only thing was that there was an outstanding recall, and it was actually my dad has the Suburban version of that truck. Same engine, same year. And he has the same thing. It's a GMC wide.
Yeah.
And it's the steering assistant module needed to have a software update. No big deal. So unfortunately, though, because it was the Chrysler dealership, I had to take it to the GMC dealership.
Of course. Well, I'm sure they're nice over there. I'm sure they're going to take good care of you, Nick.
Why not?
Yeah, you bought one of their vehicles, of course. So I take care of you.
I call up the GMC.
Okay.
And I made the mistake of asking what it would cost. There's a 60,000 mile check.
Yeah.
Actually, the dealership told me they did it, and after I talked to my mechanic, he convinced me that they probably did.
Okay.
That's what it is. They changed the oil, everything. So I'm not worried about it now, but I just asked what it would cost.
Yeah.
This is now you've bought a new car recently.
Yeah,
You
a couple
know
years
when
ago.
you get new cars, there are milestone service health checks, basically.
Yeah, for like 50,000 miles is usually mine.
Yeah, and this one has one at 60,000.
Okay.
Totally normal. There was one at 45, I think, that was done, and it was 16, and then there's one at 7 or whatever. It's a milestone.
Right.
There's no parts being changed.
Yes, of course.
You put it on a rack,
Yeah,
and you look at it.
that's right.
In fact, I just have to preface all this.
Okay.
I've had these done before because we bought Ashley's car new.
Yeah.
I've done 2 of these services.
Yeah.
We did one at 10 and one at 20,000 miles, and it cost about $120, $150, I think,
Sure.
to do it.
Okay.
So I asked, why not?
Yeah.
How much does it cost? You're a GMC dealership. I'm coming in for a recall.
Yeah.
I'll spend some money if I need to.
Yeah, take care of me.
$779.
Oh.
I said, wait, hold on. I thought my ears deceived me.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe I heard $79, which I would have just left it and let him do it for $79.
Right.
I said $700? Yeah.
$779.
$800
Plus tax. Yeah.
to look at it.
Yeah.
And he's telling me, oh, yeah, they got to change these fluids and change the parts. And I've got the Carfax. I have the app.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. It actually lists the checks. I worked in auto manufacturing.
Yeah.
I know what these mean.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Yeah,
you know?
right. I mean, he doesn't work there anymore, everybody. Let's note that. So clearly he didn't know everything.
But
okay, yeah.
There's nothing, I mean, it is very detailed. $800. Okay, well, I said, okay, that's fine. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'll just come in for the recalls. Okay, I have time actually tomorrow. Okay, great. This was Thursday. I bought it Thursday.
Yeah.
So this was Thursday afternoon that I called because, like I said, I got done very early.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll go ahead and schedule it. We're traveling next week. Why not?
Sure.
So, I said, okay. He said I have time Friday morning. We open at 7:30. I think okay.
Oh,
but how long would it take?
Yeah.
He said about an hour. I was like, okay, great. Well, I could go in at 9:00 to work.
Yeah.
It's on my way to work. I'll drop it off. I'll wait for an hour, no problem, and go to work.
Yeah.
So I get there.
At 7:30.
Actually, I was there about 7:20.
7:20. Wow. Okay.
And he's already in his office. I walk in there,
What's he doing in his office?
Now,
Hello, this is Nicholas O'Kelly. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
You're not far off.
Okay.
All
right, go ahead.
I go in there, and he's like, hey, man. He's, rubbing his nose, and he's like, I haven't had my coffee this morning, man.
His damn face.
He does one of these. He stretches for the people that can't see this. It's like, it's Friday morning, man. You know
how it is.
I'm
I was
like-
up all night drinking and doing
Yeah.
blow. You know how it is.
30 minutes later, I'm still standing in his office trying to check in
Yeah.
for this hour-long repair.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it.
Yeah.
He finally takes my keys. He has the girl drive it through their fast line alignment, and she brings in an alignment paper.
Are you sure it was a girl?
It was a girl.
Is it male, female, or other?
It was a female.
Okay, all right.
And I think to myself, I swear to God,
Yeah.
if he tries to charge me for this alignment, I'm going to
Slap
lose it.
Yeah.
So, but then I saw a little note on his desk that said, alignment is complimentary. Okay, fine.
Cool.
So we finally get it checked in. Everything's good. I said twice, you're only... It actually ended up being 2 recalls. There was some other software flash. So, I said, you're only doing the recalls. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to cost me.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, great. They have a shuttle.
Yeah.
They're going to take me to wherever I need to go. So this is at 7:50, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Gonna
take you where you want to go?
So, yeah, within 10 miles. So I said, okay.
Take me to
said-
Little Caesars.
I said, right. I said, it's going to take about an hour, right? Yeah, okay. Well, I guess just take me to my house. My Jeep's here,
Yeah.
So I thought, if nothing else, I can drive the Jeep to work. But if it still works out, they can shuttle me back, and I can still get to work on time.
Of course.
So the shuttle had just left to go get gas.
Oh.
So I sat in the... I mean, this is just...
And this was pretzel day.
Yeah.
So that guy got in line to get pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I sat in the waiting room for, I don't know, 20 minutes, and he finally comes in and says, "Are you ready, sir?" "Yeah, I'm ready." And there's another guy, so he's got to shuttle the other guy first.
Oh,
All
God.
right, so
and of
that's
course,
fine.
he wants to go to
Yeah,
Afghanistan.
right. So I finally get home.
Yeah.
At 11:30...
You get home at 11:30?
No. I've been at home. I can do some work at home.
Okay.
I have my computer,
Okay.
so I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I thought I had a meeting right after lunch, so I had to be there for that.
Yeah, damn.
But so at 11:30, I call.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I still got nothing for you, man. I'm so sorry. You know what? Stay by your phone. I'm gonna walk back there and check the status. Call you right back. All right. Fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Wow.
So.
Complimentary service is really great. I mean, I can forgive him. He's going to go out of his way to look out for me.
So at 12:10, I'm driving to work because I still have gotten no call.
Of course.
So I'm not going to call back because it's worthless.
Yeah.
And after I pass the dealership, maybe a mile down, and the dealership's not far from work, so I don't know, another mile or so down the road, I get the call.
Of course.
At least I thought that it was the call.
Yeah.
It was the business manager.
Yeah.
Now this is Hi, Mr. O'Kelly. I saw your file here, and I noticed we don't have a lot of information on you.
Yeah.
You have a GMC Sierra 1500.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. Exactly.
I'm Nicholas O'Kelly. That's me.
Are you still making payments on that?
Oh yeah, just started making payments. Just bought it yesterday.
That's what I said. I bought it yesterday.
Yeah, just bought it.
Well, that must be why we don't have any information on you.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Of
course, I'm Nicholas O'Kelly.
I'm actually wondering where the service guy is because I've been waiting all this. Oh, you know what? He probably doesn't know anything. Our guys don't want to call you back when they don't know anything. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Why not?
I always appreciate when people don't know anything or working on my car. I always look for that.
He said, I'm going to walk over there and ask him, and I'll have him call you right back.
Okay,
great.
Thanks for calling me for no reason. I appreciate that, Bob.
An hour later,
the
service guy calls me.
What? How far? So how big is this building? Is it the size of a stadium and there's always 100,000 people in there, so you got to navigate the crowds?
You can't make this stuff up.
Okay, all right.
So,
An hour later.
All right, hour later, he calls me.
Yes.
You know what? Your thing was under a folder here. It's been ready since 10. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Okay, all right.
Since 10?
Since 10 o'clock.
But you said at 11 you were going to go check in on it and call me back.
But it was under a file on his desk.
Oh.
He couldn't find it.
Oh, and he couldn't just look at the car and see that it was ready. He just, it's probably...
So at this point, I'm going to have to come after work.
Yes.
So I said, he said, I'm here till 6. Okay, well, I'll be there around 5.
Well, I'm going to need a damn shuttle to pick me up because I can't drive 2 cars home at the same time.
Now, you would think that the story was over.
Well, I assumed that was where the issue would be, but okay.
At 3:30, I got another call from the service manager,
okay.
the service guy.
All right. And what does he want this time?
This time, he says to me, "Hey, Mr. O'Kelly, hey, listen, just giving you a call because I got your bill for today."
Oh, it's funny that you should say that. It should say complimentary on there because I'm pretty sure before I left, you said, and I quote, "Fuck me, it's going to be free." Okay.
So I said, and at this point, I'm so numb.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, is this a joke?
Yeah.
And he jokes, and I said, okay, and he jokes and says, oh, it's going to be $6,000. And I'm thinking, this guy's just trying to have some fun on a Friday?
Yeah.
Then he starts listing off the stuff they've done. We cleaned out, I'm not lying when I say this, we cleaned out the beads and bags. We pulled that out of the tires. And he's going with them and beads and bags. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I said, I just wanted you to do the recall.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got your number attached to Mr. Mueller's file. Oh, I'm sorry. You're ready. Your car's. I'm sorry. Your car's ready. I'm like, okay? What is going on? Is this guy this stupid?
Oh, my.
What is happening?
Yes.
So I get over there with Ashley to pick it up. It took him 20 minutes to check me out.
Yeah.
So I will never... Now, I got a survey from this place.
Oh, I can't wait for you to rip them up.
I don't know. Is this guy just stupid?
Yeah.
Is he intention? It's like I'm like, where's the camera?
Yeah.
Is this can a camera?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Uh-huh. Jesus Christ. Oh,
So that was my Friday. It was great.
yeah, you got a new truck. Congratulations, brother. I wanted to talk about because I haven't gotten to talk about this on the
Go
show
ahead.
yet. You know, when I went down to Disney, among other things that I really disliked about my trip, my wife's like, well, we got to stop and get lunch. You know, we just get down to Florida, 6-hour drive. We're hungry. We're going to meet up with friends, but we're going to go get something to eat. And I'm like, all right, pick
This is
something.
in Lauderdale.
This
I'm
is
sorry,
St. Augustine.
Yeah, not Disney, but
Not Disney, St. Augustine.
All right, yeah.
And we're looking around. She's like, well, where can you eat? I'm like, honey, you pick. Okay, and she looks around, and I drive in circles like 3 times.
Yeah.
Until I'm finally like, damn it, we're going to go to McDonald's. I'll get a damn salad. Cool. So we park, get the baby out, we go inside, and you walk in,
yeah.
and they have, you know, the desk area, but you don't order at the desk. No. You go over to the Order Now screens.
Oh, the kiosk.
The kiosk, and there's 4 of them.
I've only seen that in Europe.
Yeah, well, I saw them here.
All right.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. They have this special. This is going to be awesome. Okay, so I go over, put in my order, right? And my Marina's, I'm like, oh, do you want this sauce? She's like, you know what? Actually, I don't want Caesar. I want ranch. I'm like, oh, okay. remove, delete. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, all right. And then what should we get for the kids' meal? She's like, well, I don't want her to eat this. I'm like, it's McDonald's. She's not going to die if she eats it one time in her life. It's going to be fine. All right, chicken nuggets. What do you think? Apples? Apple slices? Apple slices would be fine. Cool. What do you think? Yogurt or juice or like what do you? Oh, yogurt. Okay. All right. We put in the order. What kind of toy? Because she likes cars, but you know, there's also ponies. Yeah. Well, I guess we got the pony because it's got the hair. Okay. Well, we'll try the pony. All right. Cool. Put in the order, and it says take a number.
Yeah.
Take a seat. Relax. We'll bring you your food to you.
And you paid at the kiosk.
Yeah, you paid at the kiosk,
Okay,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Finally, some damn service.
I like it.
Right, so I take that number 9.
Okay.
And I'm like, let's go find a seat. Let's find us some space.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we go over.
You sit in the ball pit.
And I put the number, put the number 9 on the table. I want to make sure
Right.
they can see it.
Because this is obviously like Chick-fil-A. But
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
You know,
yeah.
it's McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know, hey, woo.
They're advanced.
I haven't eaten there in a while.
Yeah.
You know, not
Yeah.
since my car
Not
accident.
since you had a car accident. Yeah.
But I was like, all right, I'm going to eat this salad. And I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting, and I see that somebody puts a coffee drink, because my wife ordered one of their McCafe things.
Yeah, okay.
And I see that they just kind of put it over to the side, and they just kind of yell out one of the names, like, vanilla bean, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, that wouldn't be us, because I'm pretty sure they told us to take a seat, relax, and they'll bring it to us.
Why not?
So I wait for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Still sitting there. And then I see that there's a tray there now with our stuff.
Yeah.
But nobody says anything.
With the pony, so you know for sure.
Well, yeah. And then after a couple minutes, I finally decide to get up.
Yeah.
And then a guy looks at it and says, it's 2 salads and a Happy Meal. Like, okay. So I have to get up and get it. Like, he
Yeah.
doesn't ask for any confirmation, doesn't look at my damn number.
Yeah.
Get over to the table. It's the saddest salad I've ever eaten in my life.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my god!
Sure.
And there's like 4 billion carbs.
Yeah,
in
this
the.
is not Chick-fil-A,
Caesar.
so.
It's not. So I'm like, okay, and we open up the Happy Meal. Had chicken nuggets.
Okay.
That was it. That was all that was in.
No pony.
There was nothing else. But for a minute, I'm like, I think there was a pony, but there was chicken nuggets and a pony. And my wife's like, well, where's the juice? I'm like, oh. So I go up there. Yeah, you guys forgot to give me juice. They're like, oh, here you go.
Yeah.
Great. I go sit down. A few minutes go by. Where's the yogurt and the apples? I'm like, oh, yeah. And I get up, and I'm like, yeah, you guys didn't give us. They didn't give us anything of the Happy Meal.
Yeah.
And they didn't give my wife something that she had ordered too, like something like this was the worst experience. And all the kids are like, "Oh, you were supposed to give them the blah blah." Like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot." Like a bunch of dumb kids over there. I have never taken a survey before.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to take one so bad. And I wrote down the address. I wrote
you
down
did
the
the
number.
survey
I
already?
did. I
Oh,
went
wow.
after those
Yeah.
motherfuckers
Yeah.
because
I'm gonna do it.
Damn,
Too.
damn.
That's funny.
I'm like, I paid those bitches $20, and that was the worst waste of money. Oh,
I watched a video recently on McDonald's, and did you know that they are the largest toy distributor in the world?
Yeah. Easy, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just cheap little toys.
You know, I going down memory lane back to when McDonald's was cool to me as a kid. You remember like the Looney Tunes where they would be superheroes? I had like the Daffy Duck who was like Batman.
I had that,
yeah.
And the Bugs Bunny one was Superman.
And then there was I remember the Batman Returns ones where you had Batman in a Batmobile and you had the Penguin in his little car and Catwoman.
You know, the funny thing, my grandfather collects these toys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's bought them from, like, antique stores and all kinds of stuff, but he has a room. I'll have to take a picture of it when I go up there this week.
Oh.
He's got a room with several bookshelves full of these toys.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture.
Okay.
I'll show you. Probably everyone you just named is on one of these shelves.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've looked on eBay. It's funny; those things actually did not hold value at all.
No, definitely
So you
not.
can really go on there with $3 and get like the whole.
Which is partially what he's done.
Yeah, which I've thought about doing it with the Batman toys. And remember the Batman Forever glasses?
Yeah,
I
had those too.
I had them all too. Yeah, Batman, Robin, the Riddler, and Two-Face.
He has my grandfather has a whole library. He's got a whole room that's just books and books and books. This is my inheritance. This is his library.
Oh,
so that's also going to include the toys.
Oh, good.
So yeah, I'll take a picture and show it to you.
You can give it all to me when you get it.
Okay, so a couple other things I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Very sad news this week.
Oh.
I'm sure you know this.
Yeah, Madonna doesn't have AIDS. No, I'm kidding. Stanley.
Stanley. I mean, he's lived, 95?
95.
95.
95.
Long life.
Yes.
But still, especially because it's hitting the pop culture with the movies.
Dude, lately, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was God. I had to get off of social media because that's all it was about.
Yeah.
There was like, no, there's a war out there. No, Stan Lee died. I mean, 6,000 people were just murdered, but no, Stan Lee died of natural causes of old age.
And then I just remembered, also, they always come in threes.
Yeah.
Roy, what is his name? Roy Clark died this week too, the host of Hee Haw.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Hee Haw, the show, the old show.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Anyway, it's too bad to lose Stanley at such a... But he really did... I think it's neat because he really did get to see the full scope of his work.
From just his imagination on pen, seeing how comic books take over, terrible shows in the 70s that tried to do it, couldn't do it. 90s cartoons that kind of took off. Live action. 2001. Tobey Maguire, right? And then number 2, and and then he had to live through Spider-Man 3. Whoops. Amazing Spider-Man. Then of course
Disney.
Marvel and
Just
Disney.
Unreal.
Yeah.
And I mean, how cool, and not only that, like even before Disney bought Marvel, comic books really got a resurgence, especially with Marvel.
Yeah.
Just totally dominated. I mean, I'm a big collector. I've got a whole collection of comic books. I love them. I got back into them when they did House of M while we were in college. And, just what a cool thing. Because you think of people like Walt Disney, who died before he saw Walt Disney World.
Right.
And the dynamo that company is now.
Well, what did you see what Bill Maher wrote?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. Sorry,
No,
Bill
what?
Maher. He was like, he didn't really. He was like, why are we mourning him? And they're like, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't know the exact words, but he was talking about, the problem is that adults today, it's like, well, comic books were kid stuff, and then we decided we didn't want to grow out of that, so we came up with these sophisticated reasons why these comic books are real literature and all this stuff, and it's not true. It's not the case at all. We just don't want to grow up.
Yeah.
And I was like, ow.
Yeah, I know. I would disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think that the complexity, it depends on what you're talking about in terms of comic. Of course, there's, Snoopy and... comics that are just for fun and, mostly appeal to kids and things. But there's some Marvel stories that I wouldn't hand a child.
Yeah.
There's Planet Hulk down here. I wouldn't give that to a child.
Well, then let me have it. I'll give it to my daughter.
It's really good. I mean, I would read it as a child, but I'm just saying it's very adult in theme.
Of course.
Anyway, I had a couple of facts. Stanley became an editor at Timely Comics in 1941. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And that was later renamed Atlas Comics in the 50s and then rebranded finally as Marvel Comics in 1961.
Why'd they name it Marvel?
You know, I've heard him explain that before, and I don't remember.
You weren't listening because he was an old guy talking. There it is. There he was.
I think it was just that you marvel at it or something. It was something simple like that. But anyway, Jack Kirby helped him start it. That was his artist.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby is pretty much the guy responsible for drawing them the way we know most of those characters.
But Stan Lee's responsible for writing the characters?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Stan Lee was the writer.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby drew them. But, I mean, gosh, Spider-Man, Hulk, Doctor Strange, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Daredevil, Thor.
X-Men, yeah.
All of those are Stan. I mean, of course, there's other characters that he didn't create originally.
Of course.
Even Black Panther was in the 60s.
Right.
That was also Stan Lee. These are all Stan Lee, you know? So if you think about, what we know today as the Marvel
universe
landscape,
yeah.
those are all his creations.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And I mean, and in some way, it impacted any ones he didn't necessarily touch, right? So, that's amazing.
So
Spider-Man being the most popular, arguably.
Yeah.
Which I remember reading. He said, I remember sitting in a room and seeing a fly walk on the wall, and I was like, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And then that's what Spider-Man came out of.
I am looking forward to Into the Spider-Verse. Have you seen the trailers and all for it?
No.
So this is the next Spider-Man movie is coming out. It's in December. It's partially I think it's fully animated, actually. There might be some live-action sequences, but it's really neat. They are going to take different animation styles and basically every incarnation of Spider-Man that there is, and each one has a different animation style.
Which is kind of like Animatrix.
Yeah, except it's one story, and there's one Spider-Man that's going to find out about all these other universes.
Oh, man.
And it's going to be him jumping through these universes, and they're all coming together to try to get back to their universe and fix the thing, and I think he lends himself to it at some point, so that's probably the last time we'll see him. But it looks really good. I'm excited to see it. So
Stan Lee, when in the Marvel Spider-Man game on PlayStation 4, Stan Lee has a cameo, like as Stan Lee.
Yeah,
it's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just.
Yep.
There was this one meme circulating where people are like, the moment it's going to be real is when the first movie you see that says "in loving memory of Stan Lee."
Yep.
And I was like, oh yeah,
he's been in every Marvel movie, including the middle Spider-Man movies that I've never watched.
Yeah,
well, he's been in all of them.
Well, and I was reading that the director of the first Spider-Man movie, he didn't want to put him in as a cameo, and the president was like, no, he's done this movie and this movie, you're doing it, and he's like, but he ended up being one of the best cameos. He like rescues somebody, pushes somebody out of the way.
Yeah. But he has a big one too, where he talks to Tobey Maguire for like a little bit.
I think in Spider-Man 3, I think.
Yeah, and he's like, that's what kind of changes him back around or whatever.
Yeah, well, that movie sucked.
It sucked.
I watched it.
That
recently.
Cameo was good.
Yeah, cameo was fine, but dang, that movie sucked.
Yeah, Topher Grace was.
I like being bad.
Yeah. Emo, Spider-Man.
This is so bad.
Tobey Maguire was horrible.
It was all bad.
The first one is.
But I love you.
Yeah, God. I did like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 was awesome.
That one was good.
Yeah.
And it's got a great soundtrack.
Yes.
But the first
Danny
one,
Elfman.
Yeah. The first one, though, sucked.
The soundtrack for the Spider-Man
No,
one?
the first movie. I just didn't like it.
You didn't like the first one?
I mean, it was, I
liked it better than 3.
Oh, it's better than 3.
Big time. I liked it.
3.
But, I mean...
It was fun the first time I watched it.
Yeah, the first time I saw it in theaters, May 3rd, I believe.
But you go back, like, that suit, that Green Goblin suit is just...
Well, it makes you wonder why the hell, if you're going to make some kind of scientific suit like that, why the hell are you going to give it a goblin face?
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
That was weird.
The second one was great, though, and going along with the soundtrack, Yellow Card was on that soundtrack, Vindicated.
That was an awesome soundtrack.
Yeah, I still, to this day, will listen to it. I mean, it's great.
I went to Walmart to buy that crap.
Me too.
On CD,
It's
man.
really good. Yeah.
Vindicated.
That's a great song.
I am wrong. I am right. I swear I'm right.
And
swear I knew it all
Train has a song on it too.
Anything or but Ordinary.
Oh man, that's probably one of my favorite songs by them, along with Meet Virginia.
Yeah.
Ordinary, really great song.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Train after that.
Did you see Goo Goo Dolls and Train are touring next summer?
Yeah,
I know. I didn't.
I don't like Train. I just don't.
Oh, I don't mind Train.
They have some good. That first album was great.
Yeah,
but
I did not, because of the timing. I did not buy tickets to go see them in Charlotte in July because of timing. I'm like, dude, it's Christmas time.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to pre-order tickets 8 months in advance.
Yeah,
and that because like you made a big purchase this week with your truck. I made a big purchase.
Yep.
I've been saving for a while, and finally I was able to do the 15-inch MacBook Pro.
Nice.
i7 32 gigs of RAM.
Beautiful.
And I bought a dock that will allow me to plug all the stuff in one port on the computer.
Ooh, that's cool.
And then I'll have a RAID to put my hard drives out of my Mac Pro into it. And that's it. All one plug. And that's it. And when I don't want it plugged in, I unplug it. And it charges. The dock charges the computer, too, so I can use my charger somewhere else.
Nice.
So, So that means if you're interested in a 12-core Mac Pro,
I might be
2012, and you just want some of that horsepower. Now that it's worth some money, so it's not going to be cheap, my friend. But it's there. I also have a MacBook for sale. Now I did get the trade-in value for that at $245 or $445 online, and I trading in my Mac Mini as well too.
Oh yeah,
$245.
You know, I'm still thinking about the Mac Mini.
Yeah,
that one really interests me.
The new
just
Mac
for
Mini?
space here. Yeah, the new one.
The new one.
Here.
Yeah. I would do it.
I love this iMac.
You don't do any video editing, dude.
No,
that is the computer you need to do. And
the only problem is that I'll have to get a screen too. But it's
monitors are cheap, dude. $200.
Yeah, exactly. And you
can get a bigger one. You can get a 4K TV and plop it up there if you wanted to.
I know
plug it in.
That's kind of what I'm saying. So I'm really I want the iMac so bad that I'm going to be hard pressed to convince myself. But I don't know. It's every time I look at it, I'm like, it sounds really great.
Yeah,
it
is. It's small, and now you can get whatever screen you want.
You can travel with it too. That's the other thing for me. It's like sometimes I don't travel with this very much, but there have been reasons why I've needed to.
Yeah.
If we go away for a week, or like when we evacuated, I took it down because I didn't know what we were going to do, and had a Mac Mini to be a lot easier. Plus, you could plug it into a TV. like that, you know? So anyway.
And you just bring your keyboard and mouse with you.
However, what you bought is, I don't know if she's going to get the 15-inch, but that's what Ashley wants, is the MacBook Pro, the new one. So you can tell her if you...
15-inch is a lot of power. I
think it's 13 inches a smaller one.
13 inches smaller, but it's as powerful as the last year's model of 15-inch. I would probably recommend that one.
That's probably what she's going to go with.
Yeah.
What she has now is 15-inch, which is why she wants that one.
It's so much power.
But maybe you can talk to her about it after you get it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been playing with one at my work, and I'm really excited.
She's going to get one before me, probably.
Yeah.
Because she needs one. I mean, God, that thing... that thing is really... That speaks to the greatness of Mac.
Yeah.
That she's had that computer as long as she has, and it still runs pretty good.
Yeah,
you know? I mean, it's still better than any computer other than this one that I've owned previously.
Right.
Like my Dells and all that.
Yeah, that Dell lasted
still, that
a
one
year.
at this age is still better than when I got that brand new.
I know. Like, when I look at this, because I got this, because you have my old iMac.
Yeah.
I got that 2011 from Best Buy in New York City.
Yeah.
And I had it for about a year.
It's a Haas. I love it.
Yeah. It was a quad core. And I was like, all right, I'm about to buy a Mac Pro. Do you want it,
I've upgraded the RAM, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I only use it for the show.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just in here for whatever reason. But,
right.
But I've got my PlayStation's got internet now. And so I pretty much only use this when we're doing the show. That's why I don't really... It's fine.
Yeah.
But, next year will be a replacement.
Yeah, and I would. It depends how much you want to spend. I mean, because you can, the price on it could go up real fast if you let it.
I plan to buy it like this one for the next 10 years. So
you want to go i7 then, i7 processor.
That's kind of the way I'm looking at it.
32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, like I said, that's how I look at it, because this has lasted me 7 years.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase.
Okay.
it's been running for 7 years.
Yeah.
When did you still have to
2011.
Oh, it was 2011.
2011.
Yeah, so I've had it for 7 years. Yeah, gosh.
Well, it's been alive for 11. Yeah, you've had it for 6 years.
And it probably could go another 3 years, honestly.
It probably could.
So, that's why I look at it that way.
Yeah.
I want it to last me, because I don't do a lot with it.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm going to put a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah.
It's not going to die in a year.
Yeah.
Unless it's just a bad, a dud.
It just depends on our show and what we do there. But yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So.
But the reviews have been really good on the Mac Mini.
Yeah.
So I recommend it.
One other thing before we close the show.
Yeah.
I saw Fantastic Beasts Friday.
Yeah, how was it?
Loved it. I loved it.
Really?
I know the reviews have been. I think it's funny to read these reviews.
Yeah.
Because they're all like, "Oh, it's a great movie, but it kind of sucks."
Well, I had a friend who's a very big Harry Potter nut, and I asked her, and she's like, Nah.
Let me tell you this. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I already knew a lot about it because I've been watching all the videos and everything. There wasn't a lot that surprised me.
Yeah.
I thought visually it was great.
Yeah.
You saw a lot of new magic.
Yeah.
A lot of spells and things you have not seen before.
Cool.
That was fun for me. It was in Paris, which we found out has their own version of Diagon Alley, so there's a new entrance to it, and it was really cool. There's a circus with Nagini in it.
So, does J.K. Rowling write these?
Yeah, she wrote the screenplay.
She writes the screenplay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are hers.
Okay.
And that's why I like them. I will say I liked the first one better, but when I think about it, I wonder if I liked it better because it was brand new.
Yeah, it was
and
the
now.
first.
Yeah.
You know the characters now.
Right. And so I think there's a lot of that going on. There's a couple of plot points in it that were a little weird, and I'm not going to say them because that would actually give things away.
Yeah.
The cliffhanger at the end, in my opinion, is a red herring, but it was a shocker.
Yeah.
Big time. I was not expecting that at all. But there was a couple things that happened throughout the movie that I'm kind of like, I don't really get that.
Yeah.
So
how was Jude Law?
I thought he was great.
Yeah.
I thought he nailed it.
Yeah.
And based on what you find out at the end, he really fitted the role well.
Okay.
Visually.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Good.
I loved him. I thought he was great.
Yeah.
I am really hot and cold on Jude Law.
Yeah.
I think back to Sky Captain.
Yeah, I didn't see that movie.
It was terrible.
Okay.
Don't see it.
All right, done.
So, Jude Law, like I have a hard time thinking of a movie that I liked him in.
Holiday. Jack Black.
That was good.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, he
you're
was
right.
good in
That's
that
probably
one.
the one. That's
he
probably
was a
the
real
one
sweetheart in that movie.
And I really like Jack Black in that movie too.
Yeah, me too. I love that.
That was like a surprising movie.
I knew I was going to love it, and I did. And then my aunt borrowed it, and I never saw it again.
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
Outside of the Holiday, though, I don't know if I could name another movie that I liked with him.
Yeah,
he was great in this. He fits the role really, really well.
Yeah.
I think people are having a hard time because she is adding to the canon.
Yeah.
And I think people need to remember that.
Yeah.
These are things that you're not expecting, that you didn't know, that you think you probably should have known, but she just didn't write these in the book. So she's expanding, she's world building, there's a lot of that going on, a lot of new characters. I in my opinion, Rotten Tomatoes 50% or whatever they gave it is way too low.
Yeah.
I'd give it a solid 80%.
I feel like some of the audience members are just so harsh on these movies.
Yeah.
Like, if they're like, that's not what I expected.
No, this is
Failure.
a lot of fun to me. I had a lot of fun watching it. I mean, again, it's a little slower than the last one, but you don't know a lot of these people.
Yeah.
You have to do this. Like, she's got to tell you who these people are, what they're doing, why they're doing it, and if she doesn't, there's going to be 5 movies in this franchise.
That's what I hear.
So I highly recommend it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I would tell you, go in there and have a good time.
I saw Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, how was that?
I liked it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
okay,
good.
because that was one that I saw a lot of bad reviews on, and I was...
Oh, yeah, me too, but all my friends at work and all that were like, no, you got to see it. You'll love it. And then the girl that inspired Stay or Leave... off my album. She told me I should go see it. And I was like, okay. So I did. My wife and I went on our anniversary.
Nice.
Eighth year.
Wow. God,
it's flown, hasn't it?
Flown by. That's wild.
It was, it was very good. My wife always falls asleep in movies. I've ranted about this several times on our show. But she was up and awake the whole time, enjoying herself.
Really?
Now, there are a lot more dark moments than I thought there were going to be. I really just thought, it's just going to be musical brilliance, and then he was going to die of AIDS. But there was a lot of good moments. He was very eccentric and very interesting. But, I thought it was good, and it's definitely worth a watch.
Well, we always go see a movie on Thanksgiving. That's what we thought we'd see. So.
Yeah, you should. I liked it. We went and got a massage.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about this.
Yeah.
This is funny. So,
Well,
okay.
I went in there, and I was like, I think this is where my butt... Because I figured if you got the massage at this place, it was because you were near the Jewish deli that you've told me about.
Well, we always go eat after the massage.
Yeah.
But that's not where it is.
Yeah. So I go in there, I'm like, my buddy Nicholas O'Kelly. And she's like, who? And I'm like, O'Kelly. O'Kelly, I think they got a membership. Oh, O'Kelly. Yeah, they have a membership. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he says really great things about this place.
Yeah.
We go in there. No, I mean, they were good. And they weren't very expensive.
That's a small place.
Yeah. It is. But man, that lady went in there and she was like climbing up on me and cracking my back.
Are these Asian ladies?
Yeah.
Okay,
and they're turning me and popping things and stretching me out. And but then she found the pressure points in my shoulder where it was like, and I had to act like it didn't hurt, but it hurt
do that too.
so bad.
I do that too.
She loosened it up, and then she found muscles in my butt I didn't know I had. Ones that really hurt. I've never had a painful butt massage, but Jesus Christ, she just grabbed the worst parts. I'm like, oh God, why? My wife had a great time. She enjoyed it, and then we went to your Jewish deli.
Yes,
and I have had my.
Was that your first time?
That was my first time. Because you've talked about it.
This is my favorite restaurant in the city,
and rightfully so. We walked in, and my wife was kind of.
It's a little overwhelming.
No, she looked around. She's like, "This is like New York."
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, that's what it is. They're from New York.
Yeah, she was excited because she said everything about it reminded her of New York.
Yeah.
And we looked at the menu, which was a lot going on. I had my first bread since I started the keto diet.
It's a good place to do it.
I had some kind of sandwich that had corned beef, and
God, great corned beef.
Yeah, and it was like rye bread, and then I had some. What is it? Cucumber and tomato salad.
Feta.
Yeah. That was delicious. Mm-hmm, and then I had a big cup of coffee. And Jesus, even though the coffee was black, it was so flavorful.
Great, right? Which one did you get?
I got the vanilla bean one. I think.
The Good Humor.
Dude, yeah,
that's Ashley's favorite.
That one was like no sugar or anything, and I was like, "There's got to be sugar in
and
this."
And super hot,
super hot, so good.
Yep.
My wife got...
My favorite is the pecan. They have a Texas pecan.
Yeah, I saw that
that's
one.
Super good. There's a rum one that's super good. Good Humor is the vanilla one. Love it. They're all good. I've never had a bad coffee there. There's a blonde on blonde that's very good.
Yeah, my wife got a tiramisu, and
those are unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's her favorite dessert. And she was like, "Oh, this is like the real one."
Let me tell you something. Every single dessert I've had there, has been the best version of that dessert I've ever had in my life.
The place was happening too. A lot of people there, but
it's always busy.
But I was.
It's pricey, but it is worth it.
Oh yeah. Like
you leave full.
No rejection. Or like there was no that was a good, low key anniversary. Massage. Going to dinner or lunch and then going to see that movie. It was just back to back to back. It was three good things. So
they used to do dinner. Yeah, and we never got to eat there, and I wanted to. They had a filet mignon, they had a pork chop, they had and they just didn't have enough people coming.
Yeah.
Because they're packed in the mornings and lunch.
Yeah.
They also have my favorite thing. Well, I shouldn't say that because I like everything I've ever had. Today I had a turkey BLT. It was delicious.
Oh.
If you go back, they have some fantastic salads, and you can get them as a salad or a wrap.
Yeah.
There's one, the Sierra steak. And it is flank steak with tomatoes and there's a few other things in it. It is they do it with a blue cheese that they make, a smoky blue cheese.
Ooh.
Oh man, it is. I've had it as the wrap and as the salad. It's delicious. So good.
I think next time I'll have to do a salad.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of guilt. Me like, okay.
I'll tell you though, those salads are fantastic.
Yeah.
They have a Newport Cobb
Yeah.
salad that is delicious, and the Sierra steak though, there's no breading or anything. The Cobb has a breaded chicken, but the Sierra steak is oh man, it's just so good with that blue cheese. That would probably fit your diet, I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything on there that wouldn't. There's avocado, tomatoes, Sierra steak, and they do it blue cheese.
Yeah. So I can do that.
Very good.
Excellent.
Very good.
And what's the deli called again?
Charleston Delicatessen and Bakery.
Yes.
And they do weddings. They do. It's all in house.
Yeah.
The other day, we go every weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Every weekend.
That's what I was telling my wife. You usually go every Saturday.
Yeah, and it's our only meal that day.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
Yeah, because I leave, I'm full, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Recently, I've discovered their soups. And I mean, dude, I every time I try something new, I'm like, oh my god,
Yes,
this
yes.
place is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They have a tomato Florentine that was amazing. They have a matzo ball that's amazing. They have a chicken noodle that's incredible.
Good God.
It's
And we
know,
are not being paid to say this. They are not sponsoring
No,
the show. But if you'd like to, no.
they know us by name now.
They do?
Yeah, because we go in there. I mean, we go in every weekend.
Oh.
Sometimes we go Saturday and Sunday.
Oh.
It's we walk in. Sometimes I'll order it to go.
Yeah.
And we'll just eat it here because it gets the one thing about it. This is not a hangout.
Yeah.
It pisses me off when people go in and sit there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, take a hint.
Yeah,
it's not Arby's.
Yeah,
You
right,
know,
right.
We talked about this today. You saw. We're going just a minute over, but
It's fine. It's fine.
you saw today, or whenever you went.
Saturday, yeah. Or Thursday.
By the way,
Yeah.
this is my new favorite type of restaurant where you order and then sit down and they bring it to you.
Yeah.
Disney Springs, the downtown Disney thing, has several of these.
Yeah.
I think in a high volume place like the deli, like a Disney World kind of thing, it is perfect. Because you order, you pay, you sit down, you leave.
Yeah.
There's no waiting on a check.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for
yeah.
tip. I mean, we tip in advance. Like you're like,
Yeah,
you're
you
not
can-
gonna
yeah.
do more than $5 service for me. So
Yeah,
fuck you.
I always give them a tip.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
because they
that's
do
fair.
bring it to you, but you get your own refills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I cleaned
love
up
it.
after ourselves. Yeah.
We do too.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, and
Yeah.
they will go get it.
Yeah.
And in fact, if they see you cleaning up, a lot of times they'll say, "I'll get it." But they're so busy.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, we cleaned up after. We just put it in a bucket.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Good.
And but you saw when you went that the line gets pretty long. I don't know when you went if it was.
I think we had just missed the line. There was like two couples ahead of us.
Yeah.
Right when we got in there, but a lot of the tables were full. So
people don't. If you've never been, it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
And people take a long time to order. That line wraps around sometimes out the door.
Oh wow.
It goes fast.
Yeah.
But
It took a few minutes to get our stuff, but again, it was so good. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
I was hungry.
You go at noon on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like right at noon, that line is at the door pretty much.
Okay. We went. Our massage was around 10. We got out around 11:10, 11:15, and then we went right over there.
Yeah,
So
that was great timing.
Yeah, good.
Because between 12 and 12:30, it's usually slammed,
Yeah.
and again, around 2 and at 8 in the morning. Anyway, we were there earlier today, and because we went today, and there were 4 people in front of us and 4 people behind us.
Nice.
So a line of 8.
Yeah.
And a couple walked in, and the lady sat down at a table
Yeah.
with 8 people in front of her. She just sat down at a table.
Yeah.
When we left, there were 4 people in front of me.
Yeah.
When we left, they had not gotten their food yet. And they took that table up that entire time.
Yeah.
We were there a good, 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
I'd say they probably were there a full hour, maybe longer. I mean, this place, we literally said this. We walked out, we said, this isn't Arby's.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not 50 empty tables.
Right. There's like 10.
There's 10 tables. They're all full.
Yeah.
You know, wait till you order before you go. Don't sit down when there's 10 people in front of you.
Right. That's because you're being a douchebag.
Exactly. So
you didn't do anything to earn the right to sit in that damn seat.
I hate it when people do that. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I tell the people, they'll all be like, oh, I'm sorry it took so long today. And I'm like, hey, we wouldn't come back if it wasn't good. This is the best restaurant in town.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It was very good. If my wife and I get another date day, that'll probably be the place we go back to.
I wish we had been able to go for dinner because we also heard very good things about, like I said, they had a filet and a pork chop and things, but
Dang.
They just didn't have a lot of business, I think. So
sad. So good.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm glad you finally had it.
Yes.
And I'm glad you liked it because I told Ashley, I said, if he doesn't like it, he'll tell me.
Oh, yeah. No, I enjoyed it.
So that made me happy.
And it did fill me up.
It really is my favorite place to eat.
It held me over.
Next time you go try the Sierra steak salad, you're going to love it.
Okay, write that down, text it to me, and I want you to bring it to the next time we do a show.
Hey, I might.
Cue.
I will.
Merry Christmas, Derek.
All right, well, that was our show.
Yeah.
Glad you stopped by here at the AOK.
Yeah.
I decided the next time we go to a Stingrays game, they always welcome groups.
Okay.
We should go.
Okay.
And I'll tell them that the AOK Studios is there.
Okay.
And they'll say it.
What about the two?
Welcome to the Echo Radio or something like that.
Yeah, to the Echo Radio.
And it'll be the two of us going, yeah!
Yeah. We're the best, baby.
Welcome to the Echo Radio Show. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Figure out how to do it. All right. We'll see you Sunday.
Yeah.
We've got Matt Weston coming on Sunday.
Wow.
Excited for that. We're booked up for the rest of the year. We've got Matt Weston this Sunday. December 2nd, AJ from Disney Food Blog.
Yeah.
And December 9th, Christian from the Holy City Center.
And then we're going to perform a little bit of porn for you, me and Nick, on the 16th to finish out the year before he goes away on his big trip.
Yeah, we're going to have a nice Christmas special wrap-up of the year, talk about what we're doing.
Yeah.
So.
I know we're trying to decide if we're going to bring in any skits, some of our favorite skits.
I think we should do a commentary.
Yeah.
On maybe an old one or something. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
that'd be cool.
We'll do that. We'll do both shows.
Yeah, of course.
So, but anyway, the 16th we won't have a guest. So.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm Nick O'Kelly.
I'm Derek Daisy.
You've been listening to the Echo
Radio Show.